William Rice, you don't seem to be enjoying the show. Do you think you'll be able to see it through to the end? See, a couple people have said it. Let me say this. A couple people have said this because you look bored. Please.
That's really just my face. I can't. I don't know.
All right, so the first 2 episodes, you started liking it better. Second episode, Ned's heading to King's Landing with half his family. Robb and Catelyn and them are still in Winterfell. Dany is married to Khal Drogo. And Jon Snow is heading to the Wall. So episode 3, Lord Snow.
You think I know where any of that stuff is?
Yeah, Winterfell. So you know Winterfell now. And now we're going to head north to the Wall, right? This is where Jon's heading, right?
He's who I'm worried about.
Good.
If you'd like to change into something more appropriate.
So now Ned's way down south where Starks don't like
Why
very
are you
much.
yelling?
I'm not. You just think I'm yelling.
Why are the footsteps so dramatic?
Thank the
It's a
gods
dramatic
you're
entrance.
here, Stark. About time we had some stern northern leadership. What's the line?
Didn't he throw
The
his kid
king
out a window?
shits
Mm-hmm. You don't know that. Nobody
Wipes.
knows that.
You just stood there and watched. 500 men just stood there and watched.
That's a fair
The
point.
great knights of the 7 kingdoms. You think anyone said a word, lifted a finger?
I would punch him in
When I
the
watched
face.
the Mad King die, I remembered him laughing as your father burned.
Lord Stark, praying for Prince Joffrey's full recovery.
Shame you didn't say a prayer for the butcher's son.
Who's Joffrey?
The kid
Renly.
that hate the prince. Remember, got his
You're looking well.
hand chewed just a little
You
bit.
look tired from the road.
I've hoped to meet you for some time, Lord Stark. No doubt Lady Catelyn has mentioned me.
I understand you knew my brother Brandon as well.
All too well. I still carry a token of his esteem, from navel to collarbone.
Perhaps you chose the wrong man to duel with.
How awkward was that?
And Lannister.
How many years has it been?
It's a
You were a young
backstory. You'll
And you served another
learn
king.
he used to be in love, or still is, with Catelyn.
Oh, how forgetful of me.
Until I speak to Robert.
Forgive me, my lords. I had a long ride.
It's ugly.
You're ugly.
King should have scars. He fought off a direwolf.
Bit me, and all I did was scream. And the 2 Stark girls saw it, both of them.
That's not true.
You should have got
And were to
cucumbers.
destroy his enemies.
The hell?
So you agree?
You thinking about the grocery store
Starks
trip
are enemies.
now?
I'm hungry. I hate her.
Who, Sansa?
Her.
The same doll maker makes all of Princess Marcella's toys.
I haven't played with dolls since I was 8.
Ooh.
May I be excused?
She disgusts me.
Always easier than daughters.
It's the absolute truth.
Go away!
And who were you hoping to skewer with Needle, your sister? You know the first thing about sword fighting?
Sticking with the pointy end.
That's the essence of it.
I hate all of them. The Hound, the Queen and the King, and Joffrey and Sansa.
Sansa was dragged before the king and queen.
Don't listen to it. Crows are all lies.
You look like you're having a great time.
I'm
I
relaxing.
know a story about a crow. I hate your stories. I know a story about a boy who hated stories. Fear is
Hold on.
for the long night.
This is why people in the comments are calling you a sweet summer child.
Oh, my sweet summer child. What do you know about fear?
Wow.
Fear is for the winter.
You don't have any idea
when the
what's coming in
snows
the
fall
show.
100 feet deep. Fear is for the long night. Pale spiders, big as hounds.
What are you telling him now? One time she told me the sky is blue because we live inside the eye of a blue-eyed giant named Macumba.
Maybe we do.
I've seen you climb 1,000 times.
Does he remember?
In the wind, in the rain.
Do you want me to
1,000
answer
times.
that?
You never fall.
I did, though.
It's 9
Jon
years
Snow?
since I set foot in the capital. And no one knew who I was the last time I came either.
That's what this episode will focus on.
Would you mind
So
following
yeah,
us?
hold on. You hadn't asked yet. Do you understand why his name is Snow?
Yeah.
So they kind of explain that directly later. So the rest of them are Starks, but he's Snow. So they named bastards after the region their mother's from. So the north is Snow, south is Waters. There's other places it's different names. So that's why he's got that generic name.
Good. We've done nothing wrong.
We've been instructed to escort you into the city.
Instructed?
Upstairs. I meant
This
no
show's
disrespect
disgusting.
to you, of all people.
How dare you bring me here?
My little birds are everywhere, even in the north. Valerian.
This is actually important in House of the Dragon
You know
too.
whose dagger this is.
I lost this dagger.
To whom?
Tyrion Lannister. The imp.
Lord Snow
He's
here
so
grew
hot.
up in the castle, spitting down on the likes of you.
Great. I'm glad you're getting all that out of the
You
show.
think Ned Stark's bastard
The Kit
breeds
Harington's
like
hot.
the rest of us? Go clean yourselves up. There's only so much I can stomach in a day.
Charming man.
I don't need him to be charming.
The
The Raven came for Ned Stark's son.
Should give you this
But
earlier.
people's gonna think it's because you're bored, not tired.
No, I'm tired. It's
Okay,
3
pull
o'clock
it
in the morning,
down.
guys.
It's not 3 o'clock in the morning.
A raven. from
It is late,
Winterfell
though.
This morning.
And I'm hungry.
I am too.
What are we eating?
We already ate. It's late.
Punishments I own.
You're a funny man. Huh? A very funny man.
Ned!
What do you care about our faces?
It's just, I think they would look marvelous decorating spikes in King's Landing. Perhaps I'll write to my sister, the Queen, about it.
Your brother Bran has woken up.
The wolf of Cersei's coat.
Ew.
Off with you.
When does he go back?
What do you mean? To Winterfell?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. I mean, he's handed the king. He'd have to resign or...
Does she not come there?
Yeah, she technically could have.
Wait. His sons would be ingrates. And he'd be waking 3 times in the night to piss into a bowl of wine. Lannister. God,
little
what a
Robert.
stupid name. Who named you? Some half-wit with a stutter. Surrounded by Lannisters. Every time I close my eyes, I see their blonde hair and their smug, satisfied faces. That's ruined your pride. The son
Are they
of the
related in
mighty
real life?
Tywin.
No.
They look alike.
Forced to mind the door while you're...
I guess you keep hearing that. The Kingslayer
You're only a squire.
killed the old
16
king. You'll
years
hear
old.
more about it.
You killed Sam and Toyin with the counter
I have
riposte.
no idea what you're talking
Best
about.
move I ever saw.
Several times now you've heard like the episode. I mean the scene with Ned and him in the throne room, right? He talked about Aerys Targaryen stabbing in the back, and he just called him Kingslayer, and he said not counting old men. That'll come into play.
Good fighter, Toyin.
Aerys Targaryen
You lacked stamina.
was
You're
the old
outlaw.
king.
What's she doing?
Surviving. Kind of like accepting who she's is.
You dare! You give commands to me. To me. Do you hear me?
Rakaro asked if you want him dead, Khaleesi.
No!
I am your king!
Shall we return to the Khalasar, Khaleesi?
You walk.
I don't like him either.
Lord Snow.
He's hot. How old is he?
Now? You realize this came out in 2011. Now he's like 35.
That's close enough.
See that elevator up the wall? That's pretty.
Are they not cold?
I mean, clearly. It's a big ass wall.
Be here.
You say that every single
I
time.
know.
Did you fart?
No, I didn't.
You smell it?
No, I don't.
We'll speak when I return.
Riddick's laying there. Maybe he did.
You always blame it on Riddick.
Well, I didn't. I'll tell you if I did.
And how do a bear's balls taste?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Something stinks.
There's no smell in here. No, nobody shit their pants. We're damn.
Bit chewy. Do you think I'm plump?
Then nothing someone says before the word "but" really counts.
But
You've never been north of the wall, so don't tell me what's out there.
I think he's starting to like me.
She's pregnant?
I guess.
A man on horseback.
Her belly started to swell.
Starks are all's right eventually. Winter is coming. This one will be long.
Would they actually like each other now?
Looks like it. That's what he said he wanted to do.
Where's he going?
King's Landing, home.
I'm sorry to see you leave, Lannister.
He just went to visit. He's
King's Landing, is that
Never
where
walk
Ned
again.
is?
yeah, that's where Ned is.
He's going to be a cripple.
That's the
It's better
capital.
to be a rich cripple.
Just small little thing. Pay attention to Ned here. Just listen.
Very dead.
I don't get it.
You will. I just want you to hear. Want you to hear that. All right. Before we get out of here, just a couple questions this time. What did you think overall?
I like that one.
So starting to get more into the story, some more character development, starting to get to know people. All right, there wasn't any questions on Patreon that I posted, but you have some back on YouTube again. So Tamara is asking, after watching this episode, or after watching 3 episodes, can she name 5 characters in her opinion that are most important for the story?
Jon Snow, Ned, Sansa, Catelyn.
So you're starting to remember names.
What's the queen's name?
Cersei.
Cersei.
Matthew says, initial thoughts on the introduction of Varys and Littlefinger. Is Catelyn correct for thinking Littlefinger can be trusted? So thoughts on Varys and Littlefinger.
Who
So
they?
they were the bald guy and the brothel owner. The Master Whispers, they're both on the small council with Ned.
Oh, they seem sneaky.
Jake is asking, least and most favorite characters in each respective house and the Night's Watch so far. Other than direwolves, what other cool mythical animals, creatures would you expect and want to see? So start with the first one. Least and most favorite character now that you're 3 episodes in. So Lannisters.
I hate them. Oh, I don't like the...
You don't like the twins, Cersei and Jaime.
No.
You done said that, but
They're
you
the
like
ones I
Tyrion.
hate the most.
You said you liked Tyrion last episode. You still you like Tyrion more now after this episode?
Yeah.
You see, yeah, now that he's a little
I saw
more
of them.
developed, huh?
I saw more of them.
Best guess as to how long Cersei and Jaime have been romantically involved, and who else might know about it.
I think for a while now, and I think that anybody who has ever found out has been killed.
That's a good point. Ungoliant. What does she think of Alistair Thorne? Maybe explain why he hates Jon already. So Alistair is the guy who was training him. You didn't see him too much this episode, but you'll see a lot more of him. Any first impressions of him?
Just
stand there telling them what to do while Jon was beating everybody's asses.
I mean, I don't know.
Any opinion? I won't explain why he hates Jon. You'll get to see more of him. Lydia, ask her about Catelyn. Is she right to leave Bran? It took me 3 to 4 episodes to get really into Got, but by the finale I was completely awestruck and in completely. So, Catelyn, did she do the right thing leaving Bran behind and going to King's Landing?
I mean, no, but she went to give information and she wasn't gone long, so I guess.
Well, yeah, and she's not back yet either. Jan, this is Jan asking, what does she think of Jon Snow? Not just his looks, I like him too, but his character, attitude, and personality wise. Is he best suited as Night's Watch, Lord Snow, or King? So character, attitude, and personality. Is he best suited for the Night's Watch, Lord Snow, or King? Because they keep calling him Lord Snow because he came from a castle, but he's not technically a lord, right?
My husband.
Oh, God. So she can't get past the looks right now.
I don't know.
But you like him as a character so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Diane Harris, do you think you will love Catelyn Stark's character as much as your dad does? He can go on and on about it all day.
You like her?
No. That's the point.
Oh.
No. I've had many Catelyn rants, as we used to call them back in the day. But you can. I'm not trying to tell you how to feel. David is asking, which storyline is the most invested and interested in East, North, or South? So that's kind of the same thing somebody else asked last week. So right now you got, in the East, you got Dany being developed. You haven't seen a whole lot of that yet. You got the North now with Jon being the Night's Watch, and then the South and King's Landing where Ned is.
There's like more drama in the South.
More drama in the South, yeah.
I'm invested in where Jon Snow is.
Okay, so the Wall too, and what's he doing there? Walker, after seeing Littlefinger and Varys for the first time, who would she trust more?
I guess the bald one.
The bald one, all right. So Varys. Kieran as favorite character so far. I think you've said that a couple of times. Jon. Anybody else? Dany, you still like?
I like Karen. I like the little girl.
Arya. Okay. Christian, does she have any guesses on Jon Snow's mother yet? So that's obviously a thing, but you don't have a lot of information. But there's been some hints already, but you may not have a clue. Any guesses? Is it important? Does it matter?
I just remember Ned saying they would talk about it when they saw each other again.
All right, so
I don't know.
A little too early. Sydney, the romantic, Taylor. Does she like how Sir Alistair Thorne is treating Jon Snow?
No.
Yeah, he's already a dig, but you'll see a lot more of him. William Rice, you don't seem to be enjoying the show. Do you think you'll be able to see it through to the end? See, a couple people have said that. Let me say this. A couple people have said this because you look bored. That's just the way she looks. Okay? I'm not making her watch these. I want her to watch them because it's really good entertainment, I think, for a lot of people, but I'm not making her. And she used to text me after episode 2 and said, I really did like that episode.
Yeah.
That when you weren't even home. So
Yeah, no,
clear that up, please.
That's really just my face. I can't. I don't know.
Look, let me just say this.
I have an RBF. It's really bad.
We don't come in here and I don't tell. We don't like. When I used to do some reactions, I don't fake shit. There's so many people that overreact and oh my god and make these whatever. We don't do that. So she's kind of like me. We just kind of. If it's a big thing, she'll certainly react. I'm sure you'll see a lot of shit and you'll certainly react bigger. But
yeah, no,
it's just that we just don't.
I didn't like the first episode, I will say, but the second one and this one we just watched was really good. That's seriously just my face. I'm not mad. I enjoyed it.
So maybe we can do more later if this becomes a cool thing. People like it and we're having fun with it. But I just don't get all over animated. So that's just me, and I guess it's her too.